everyone. In this video we are going to solve some numericals on biological oxygen demand, and we are going to look at its formula, solves 3-4 examples regarding this. To begin with, we first understand what is, let's understand what is BOD. It is the amount of oxygen required by bacteria and other microorganisms to oxidize the organic matter which is present in the wastewater. It takes around 5 days for this process to complete, and it is carried out under aerobic conditions at 20 degrees Celsius. What is the formula? So this is most important. BOD is equal to dissolved oxygen, initial dissolved oxygen minus final dissolved oxygen into dilution factor. What BOD gives you is the amount of pollution in the water. The more oxygen used in over 5 days, higher is the BOD, and higher the BOD, polluted is the water. Now coming back to the formula, what do you mean by dilution factor? Dilution factor is another formula. It is the total volume of the diluted sample upon volume of original sample. So we are taking water and we are taking wastewater and we are diluting it to a certain volume. So that is called as the total volume. It can be also called as sample plus dilution water upon sample, because in some numericals they might give you the sample water and the water, like pure water. So we have to dilute that water sample. So that total volume is nothing but 5 ml. So that is the total volume of diluted sample. And what is the original sample? The sample over here. So that is 1 ml. So that is DF. Okay. Final trick, you can remember it as final volume upon sample volume. The numericals are pretty easy. So let's look at the first numerical. A wastewater sample was diluted. Initial dissolved oxygen was 8.4 mg per liter. Final after incubation was 3 mg per liter. Dilution factor was 5 ml. So one part, that what is this 5 they are telling you? So one part of the sample plus 4 parts of the dilution water. Okay, calculate BOD for the sample. So whenever any numerical is given, you will start with its formula, DO initial minus DO final into dilution factor. Now check whether all these values are given to you or not. What is DO1? DO1 is initial dilution dissolved oxygen. So what is initial dissolved oxygen, which is directly given over here? What is initial dissolved oxygen? Initial dissolved oxygen is, what is it? 8.4 mg. So it's given over here, 8.4 mg. Then check whether DO2 is given. Yes, it is given. Final dissolved oxygen was 3.5, 3. Now dilution factor. Is dilution factor given? Yes, dilution factor is given. So that is 5. So there is no need to calculate anything separately. Everything is straightforward. You just have to take it from the numerical, substitute in the formula, and here you get your answer. So it's very easy one. Let's see something else now. 30 ml of wastewater sample was diluted to 300 ml. The dissolved oxygen was found to be 30 ppm. ppm is same as mg per liter. After incubation at 20 degrees Celsius for 5 days, dissolved oxygen level goes down to 30%. Calculate BOD. So again, when BOD is asked, the first thing that should click to your mind is the formula. DO1, DO2, dilution factor. Is DO1 given? Check again. Read the formula again. Read the question again. So what is given? Yes, the DO1 was found. The DO was found to be 30 ppm. So initial dissolved oxygen is what? 30 ppm. Now we have to find DO2. Is DO2 given directly? What they say is after incubation at 20 degrees for 5 days, the dissolved oxygen level goes down to 30%. So they have not given DO2 directly, but they have said that the level of the dissolved oxygen goes down to 30%. 30% of what? Initial dissolved oxygen, right? So DO2 is nothing but 30% of DO1, that is initial dissolved oxygen, which is 30. So 30% of 30 is equal to what? 9. So DO2 becomes what? 9. Next, what we want? Dilution factor. What was the formula of dilution factor? Is dilution factor given here directly? No. But what is said? 30 ml of wastewater was diluted to 30 ml of with distilled water. So let us first find out dilution factor. What is dilution factor? Total volume of diluted sample upon original sample. Is the total volume of diluted sample given? Yes. What it says, 30 ml of wastewater sample was diluted to 300 ml. So what is the total volume over here? total volume of diluted sample is 300 ml. What is the volume of original sample? So what is it saying? 30 ml of wastewater sample. So volume of original sample becomes what? 30 ml. That is why we take 300 upon 30, that is equal to 10. Now you have got everything, substitute in the formula and you get your answer. Even if it is given in ppm, ppm and mg, ppm is nothing but parts per million, that is nothing but mg per liter, 1 mg per liter. Okay, similar question, let's go for one more. 15 ml of wastewater sample, so see what they have given, read it carefully. 15 ml of wastewater sample is diluted to 300 ml. Initial DO is 9 and after 5 days it becomes 2.5. So even without me solving further, I think you should be in the position now to solve it. So before you go ahead, you try to solve this and then check the answer. So what is 15 ml of wastewater sample? It is the sample volume. This is the total volume of the diluted. Initial DO is DO1, that is 9. DO2 is after 5 days, that is 2.5. Dilution factor is not given directly, but the total volume and original volume is given. Total volume is 300 and original volume is what? Original sample is 15 ml. So that is, do the substitution and you get the dilution factor, substitute it, and this is your answer. I hope you have understood this. Next video will be on COD. Thank you.